Hey yo, welcome back to SexierLifeTV. Yes, it's that time of the week again. It's Q&A Friday and we've got an awesome question from Kat, and that was how to take out the processed sugars and the wheats and the grains from your diet. So what I'm going to do is just take you back a little bit from where it all began. When I was a child, I was the chunky kid at school. I used to eat a lot of processed foods. We were brought up, of course, on bread and butter. We always had bread and butter at our dinner table. From there, I would go through at least like a packet of lollies a day. Now, my younger sister can vouch for this one because she was absolutely disgusted at how much sweets that I used to eat. Me and Dad, we used to buy the kg bags of lollies, and they'd be gone in like 2 days. When I was pregnant, I used to eat a packet of Tim Tams in one sitting. Also the king size block of chocolates in one sitting as well. Why? Because I just couldn't stop. I couldn't. It's just too addictive. It just tastes so good. I'm sure you'd understand. Now, the journey when I first started, it was not an easy journey. For me to change, I had to change. I had to have a reason to change. And my biggest reason, not just because I wanted the hot-looking body or anything, but my biggest reason to change was for Bubby. I didn't want her going through the same childhood that I went through, where I was the fat kid at school, and it just broke my heart to see what I had done to her, and I had to take a step back to actually realize, to see what the effects of the grains and the processed sugars had done to her body. It was absolutely crazy. So first of all, you have to have your goal and your reason behind wanting to change, and that was my reason, was for Bubby. That's my number one reason. And then having an action plan and to create your environment. When I say that, I mean like you have control of what comes in and out of your household. You can go and have a look in your cupboards and see like what you have in there. If you've got any of the sugars or the chocolate hiding in the back of the fridge somewhere, I don't know. Get rid of them, chuck them in the bin. Because I truly believe this, and it's out of sight, out of mind. So clean out that cupboards of all the breads, all the grains, even in the freezer. I know we used to have loaves stacked up in the freezer at our place, but not anymore. So cleaning out the cupboards. Also a big thing with me as well was I had to keep away. When I first started, I had to keep away from like restaurants and cafes because the temptation was just too much. Like, you're just teasing. I was just teasing myself going into a cafe because I know I couldn't just get a coffee. Of course, I had to have the carrot cake with it as well. So until I learnt to be able to resist the temptation, I just stayed away from temptation. Now, alternatives. Now, I could say to you, just go and have a piece of fruit when you get your sugar craving, but it did not work for me, and I'm sure it probably won't work for you as well. So I had to seek an alternative. So what I did, because I used to love baking as well, so I found an alternative to baking, and it's baking with real ingredients. Now this is what I have stacked up in my freezer these days. So it's not blocks of Cadbury's dairy milk or caramello chocolate. It's my own energy balls and my own nut bars, if you can see that. And they're so good. They smell delicious. Oh, it's amazing. So that was my alternative because I still love sweet things. However, now I'm keeping it clean and I'm keeping it real. When I mean real, it's closest to its natural form as possible. So with my baking, I use a lot of coconut flour, I use almond flour, hazelnut flour. It's mostly on a nut base, and with the sweeteners, I use organic raw honey. I also use coconut palm sugar, but what you want to do is just use your natural sugars instead of your processed sugars. Now, I know bread was a big thing for our family to give up as well, because it's just something that we were brought up on as kids, and we absolutely had bread with everything. So an alternative like for toast, because I know people ask, oh, what do you have for breakfast? Now I usually make up a loaf every week. It'll just be like a banana base with almond meal in it. So I keep it in the freezer, all made from natural ingredients, and then we can just toast it whenever Bubby or Royal feels like toast for breakfast. So that's what we use as our alternative. We do make natural crepes as well, and that's just out of coconut flour and egg and oil, coconut oil. So there is so many different alternatives, and I pop up recipes all the time, especially on my Facebook page. I do that because I like to share with you that you can do it, and it's just so simple, the recipes, and hopefully, Kat, this has helped you and other people to transfer and cut out those sugars and the wheats and grains from your diet. So for now, you can check out my blog at www.arohadean.com, or you can follow me on my Facebook page, and you can keep those questions rolling in. We will get to yours as soon as we can. So happy Fridays to you all. Have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you up later. Ciao.